I mean, there's a bigger problem. That I think the bigger problem is once AI and superintelligence takes over and everyone loses their jobs, like 99% of the jobs disappear. What do we all do?
You guys are leading the way here in America, by the way. Of AI's taking a job.
If we don't
you can't
do it,
even find a
someone else will do
cat.
it.
You can't even find an Uber driver. It's all Waymos out there, one after the other. I was in front of the Emmys last night, one after another. I said, my God, these Uber drivers are done. These Lyft drivers are done.
Delivery drivers.
Okay, and why do I think we're stupid? We're participating the same way I believe with crypto. We are participating in our own demise just because we can do something. Yeah, we could split an atom and make a bomb. That doesn't mean we should have done it. I don't agree with that.
But we're gonna do it. But
we're gonna do it, and it's gonna lead to.
And if we don't, China will do it. If China doesn't do it, Russia will do it. Someone will do it.
So what are the dangers? AI, who controls the robots?
No one's gonna
no
control
longer.
it.
That's what you think. No longer having human police officers. Why did every dictator fall? Because eventually even the military and the police turned. They said, fuck the dictator. The next time around, that robot's taking the order and no one's going to overthrow them if tyranny should creep in. That's what you should be paying attention to. Because
I'm going one level after that. It's the super intelligence where no one can control. And then we have 99%.
And Albania, by the way, yesterday or 2 days ago, announced they're the first country in the world with a AI prime minister. Did you see the news on that?
No.
There you go.
But what do we do when 99% of the jobs are done? You think universal basic income is something?
And what is that, though? It's communism.
I mean, what are we going to do when accountants can't
Sounds
find
like
work,
they need a war
can't?
to get rid of half the people on Earth, probably. Because then they don't need us anymore. We're obsolete. And if you don't think that, like there's a gap between us and those people, I'm not saying you do, but I think that would be naive. You know, it's funny because a lot of people voted for Trump thinking he's gonna get Bill Gates and all this dinner like that. This other guy with Palantir, all at the same table, brother. And as far as I'm concerned, we didn't have much of a vote. It was Coke or Pepsi as far as freedom's concerned, in my opinion. And of course, Trump was the better option in that opinion. I mean, unless you like what you've seen. I know what you guys saw in LA and what we were seeing in New York during 2019. No, thank you, sir. And this is coming from someone that loved Bill Clinton at one point, until I understood how the world worked. And yeah, man, I don't think people believe the way they used to believe anymore. You know, seems a little weird,
Look,
man.
I'm concerned about two things. One, in 20 years, we're going to get to a point where you can live forever with advancement in medicine and bio and longevity and everything. So we're going to have these, I guess, people that are going to live essentially forever. And then we have supercomputers that are going to do everything else for us.
I don't think we'll ever live forever.
Well,
maybe longer.
Maybe
we can catch up to Noah of the Ark. He lived, I think, 950 years. But I don't know if you're a spiritual man. I do believe in a creator, and I think we're starting to play with his power. And I think he's gonna step in soon.
Well, that goes to some people believe that creator is actually we're in a simulation, and that's the God.
I do believe we're in a simulation that God created, but he's the master of that simulation.
Well, it could be some 4-year-old playing, some video game, and that's our world.
I know these theories people love to go, but I do believe that there's an intelligent creator, a merciful creator that gave humanity this beautiful gift, that gave us
beautiful gift,
free will, brother.
You see the world with
what we do with it. I believe he sent us manuals. He sent us the Torah. He sent us the gospel. He sent us the Quran. For us Muslims, they all teach you how to be a good human being. If you
with all the suffering in the world,
we're not listening, brother. If it says on the wall, "Thou shalt not kill," and if I kill you, am I following what he said to do?
No.
Okay, so how's that his fault? I can grab this mic and throw it at your co-host right now.
Please don't.
He can get up.
He's very sensitive.
He can get up and beat me up. That's the gift. You give your kid a car. He might not be ready for a BMW. I can't even get into that story. Unfortunate thing was all over the news. I knew the family, but it's local news over there in New York. So you give your kid a brand new M5. He's only 17 years old.
Sounds like a horrible idea.
It's a very bad idea. 700 horsepower.
That's what happened, right? People ended up dead. The kid, there's that. So, just because we can do something, I believe just like that car comes with a manual, I believe that we were sent manuals and we're not operating by it from a spiritual perspective. Maybe out of the ordinary what you talk on this show, but...
Yeah, but someone will say a kid that's born disabled and blind, like what manual did he have? You know what I mean?
Didn't,
when a child is born.
I also believe this is a simulation that has stress components to it. Because if everybody had, and everybody was rich, and everybody was healthy, and everybody, right? And if we believe in an afterlife, which I do, I believe that there's something after this. I believe that the people that took my family's lives, the people that knocked down those buildings in New York, I believe there'll be a day where they have to appear in cosmic court and stand before the one that created this simulation. If we believe in that, heaven and hell, we're playing for keeps. We're playing for something greater than this life. This life in the spectrum to infinity is a joke. It's a flash of an eye. Or as the Quran says, God's going to ask people, how long did you live in that world? I don't know, a day or two? In spectrum to the reality that we believe comes after this life, right? So why is it like that? That's something known as divine wisdom, something that only the creator possesses or the designer of the simulation, the constraints that he placed upon it. The game board of life is rigged. This is one of my quotes. The game board of life is rigged, right? Free will is how you respond to it. And it's in there that you either elevate your soul or destroy it.
Well, there's a famous
So if everyone
question.
had, brother, if everyone had, how are you going to test the one that doesn't? Is he going to kill to get it? And the one that has it, is he going to share with his fellow man?
So I'll ask you a question. God is all-knowing, correct? And God has given man free will, correct?
Correct.
If man has free will, then how is God all-knowing? Or how do you have free will if God is all-knowing? Meaning if God knows tomorrow I'm going to walk down the street, trip, fall, get a bruise on my leg, how do I have free will if that's going to happen anyway?
Well, it doesn't mean that he made it happen.
But he knows it'll happen. So I don't have free will.
You don't know what's going to happen. So people go like, well, if God already knows, then what's the point? Is basically what you're asking. If God already knows, what was the point of even creating all of this?
No, it's the free will
It ties
part.
into that.
It's the free will part. If
Because
I have
you
the
don't
will
know.
to choose this way or that way, but ultimately I'll end up that way because he knows it, then I don't really have free will. If he knows, instead of going, like I get to a fork in a road, I can go right or I can go left. God knows I'm going to go right. And I have free will to choose left, but I choose
Let me ask you a
right.
question. Earlier you mentioned monkeys, right?
Yeah.
Forget monkeys. How about ants? You think they're on our level?
No, of course not.
You're trying to think on that level. Take it easy.
I just like having religious debates. I like having religious debates.
So what I'm saying is, how I look at that is, because if you don't think I've gone down these things, like I said, I don't come from a spiritual family.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, when I became religious, my family was against me.
Mhm.
What are you doing? You fucking, they were actually against it. And I became spiritual very young. So for me, it's the way I understand it in my faith, because we don't know the future, right? We have to live this life, and we chose. Our souls chose their paths before they came into this world, whether you would be of the righteous or the not. And we believe that every action, every word you've ever spoken is preserved in your book. And on the day of judgment, you face the Creator and you go over it. Now, you don't know the future, right? And also, if God just prejudged you and you never lived your existence, then it's not on the record, the cosmic court, right? So on that day, every action you've done, every word you've spoken, everything down to a T, we believe is preserved perfectly. So I can't convict someone if I'm in a fair court without evidence. Your life is that evidence of what you did with the gift he gave you.
So when you see God or you get to that point and God says, did you pray?
I hope I make it.
Yeah, well,
praying doesn't make you a good person.
No. I'm saying God says, did you pray? You say no. Did you donate to charity? You say no. Did you do all these things that we wanted you to do? And you say no. And then God says, well, you got to go to hell because you didn't do any of these things. And then you go, well, God, when I prayed for health, did you give it to me? When I prayed for that mansion, did you give it to me? No. When I prayed to find the love of my life, did you do it for me? No. Well, I mean, you didn't do anything I had prayed for. I didn't do anything that you wanted me to do.
I've witnessed the opposite.
Are we kind of like balance here?
I don't know. I don't know if, I'm sensing you're not spiritual.
No, I am. I am.
Okay.
I just play devil's advocate.
So for me, I've seen it. They want to use these new age terms, the secret.
Don't get me wrong.
You're going to attract it. You're going to fucking sit there. It's going to come. No. But I can tell you through prayer, I've seen things I can't even, you can call coincidence all you want. Here's one. I said, God, give me a voice the world hears. And I promise you I'll use it for good. Who I would have never fucking imagined. Do you understand how many views are now? I don't know, like, if you did your homework.